DisqoBunny is an amazing talent. Mr.Smooth also amazing talent as well. DisqoBunny has had a a rise lately. He's been he took a set off of Karna. He almost beat Austin, as a matter of fact. Austin's are like undisputed #1 at this point. So if you want to count people that are probably the hardest players out here, he's probably one of the hardest players out here.
And DisqoBunny perhaps taking some of that Philly influence. Shout out to 6WX going with the Sonic.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Since you are from Philly, you are very aware of DisqoBunny, aren't you?
Oh yeah, absolutely. No, we've seen 1 or 2 of sets of him in the past, both on Bros Calamity and where we are right now at Clash Tournaments. But that's neither here nor there. Going to be taking on Mr.Smooth and the Lucina. I mean, Lucina's prominence in this game cannot be understated. Top 5 in pretty much every single tier list I've seen. Anyway, I'm not sure what your opinion's on the character are.
My opinions vary on the character, but that being said, like, she's one of the characters that's very basic. Her game plan is very obvious. She's kind of wall out people the whole time. Right now, she's not having a good time walling out against Sonic, because Sonic is, Disco is just getting in almost like it seems every time versus Mr.Smooth.
I mean, well, just too fast. I mean, what else can you expect? It's Sonic, but
yeah, exactly.
He's the fastest thing on 2 legs.
He is the fastest thing on 2 legs right now, and you do not want to be off stage versus this character.
Oh my gosh! Did he just try to gimp him with the spring? How disrespectful!
Oh
my!
He's not that. Okay. Oh, the directional air dodge, my man. Disco is intelligent, big brain man out here.
Forward air going to get him off the stage into disadvantage, trying to gimp with the spring, not going to find it there. Mr.Smooth moving relatively well, but just keeps getting caught. Oh, the spike.
Yeah, the stage spike, not getting what he was looking for. Oh, gets the double down tilt. Looking for the back air there, unfortunately unable to reach.
He's spacing himself out pretty well. However, it's the match being taken to him far too much than he would like. He's not dictating the pace of the match right now. That is fully on DisqoBunny, and he is pedal to the metal. He is going to take stock #1 of this best-of-3 clip.
Yeah, that was a little bit unfortunate, too, because my man had a lot of good rage there, and he definitely could have ended Disco's life, but Disco being very aware, playing very safely, not putting himself in a bad area, and just cleaning up that stock. And right now, Mr.Smooth answering back with a smooth forward smash right to my man's face.
Like a hot knife through butter, cleaves through the first stock, and just like that, it is about even. And missing on the grab, however, he's going to be a little bit more careful, and it's funny how different it is to move on the ground from Smash 4 to Ultimate. It really is like night and day. You can't. I miss pivoting. I really do.
Yeah, there's pivoting, but like with the new dash dance mechanic, I mean, like there's so much more neutral that every character can play. Like even the heavies are even better as far as neutral goes. Oh my god!
Oh,
okay.
Oh man, that was borderline disrespectful. But I mean, DisqoBunny.
Doing a good job thus far. I mean, the thing is, though, is that Smooth is not out of this. If he can somehow get like a forward smash or maybe even a side B at ledge, he could put Disco in an unfavorable position.
Oh my! Talk about turning a situation on his head. DisqoBunny charging in like a bull. Mr.Smooth playing Matador. However, Disco, he'll take it right back, and just like that, we are even at 1 stock apiece.
Yeah, 1 stock apiece. Mr.Smooth's not out of it thus far. He's got only like 28%, but Lucina can run away with this type of stuff. With her big sword, I said it's very hard to contest. Oh, punishing before the spin dash. Unfortunately, an air dodge there might have been accidentally buffered.
And that is a very common occurrence, at least for me, because I'm not good at this game. But
yeah. Oh my! Forward smash, not gonna be ending the stock quite yet, and back here's gonna be taking it. And Mr.Smooth, the guy who's not supposed to be taking game 1, is taking game 1 over Disco.
DisqoBunny, I think he realizes that was his game to lose, and he obliged in that regard, unfortunately for him. But Mr.Smooth, all the credit in the world to him, especially on that second stock, how he turned that situation on its head. DisqoBunny just overextending himself and put himself right in the path of that back air, which is also how Mr.Smooth closed out that game #1. So as we go to the second game, DisqoBunny, I mean, we're going to see a much more reserved Sonic in this one as we go back to Pokemon Stadium for Game 2.
Yeah, unfortunately, the thing about Sonic, though, is that he's got so many changes that's, I don't want to say stop him from camping, but it's not his most favorable thing that he can do anymore. Disco was very much known for doing that in Smash 4, so he has to do more of going in, and if you have to go in against Lucina, that's kind of tough. She does a great job of walling out, great buttons to the combo into one another, apparently.
I mean, it's Sonic. What do you expect? But at the same time, yeah, just in general, the changes, the fact that you pretty much every single character has a speed buff. There's no one particular character that suffered a greater windfall than others. That's actually a complete lie. Although everyone's a little faster in this game.
Yeah, everyone's a little bit faster, so it got a little more different of a neutral. But thus far, my man is Disco is trying to close out the stock. I said the scary thing about Lucina is that she has no need for a tip or anything. Her whole sword hits hard as hell. So even though she's at a disadvantage right now, all it takes is a good couple hits and a good read, and you'll be a dead man.
Yeah, one of the key differences between she and Marth, obviously the tipper mechanic, not present in Lucina. Although you know, that's why you got Echo Fighters, my man.
That's true. My man's having a hard time getting out the corner. Gets the up tilt, goes in for the dash attack, and gets back aired for it. Disco taking that stock, and let's see if he can run away with this lead.
Disco Fever running wild here at the Esports Stadium in Arlington, Texas, and Mr. Smooth looking to return the favor in kind. He's not going to do so quite yet. Disco, he might have been woken up by that game one. Yeah,
that game one is I mean, when you lose game one to somebody that I don't want to say you feel like you should be, but like you definitely like know that you're a higher seed than them. And Disco, unfortunately, losing that first game, but this second game has looked like a total rebound. Oh, goes for the shield breaker, reacts to it. Good stuff getting out of there.
And the evidence was there. He could very well have taken game number one. This is the changes the complexion of the entire set. However, Mr. Smooth playing with a slew of confidence right now. He's not going to be able to challenge that. However, and Bisco, it's some continent or another.
Yeah,
whatever.
Yeah, it's one of those things, man. Either biscuit or disco. I'm not too sure, but gets him off stage. Not able to really get him. Sonic's one of the hardest characters to kind of get off stage, but catches him with a meaty up air. Good stuff.
Well done. However, the damage has certainly been applied, sitting at 104%. I feel like a back throw on ledge could kill here.
For Sonic?
Yeah.
I would probably not disagree with you. Oh, my God.
Oh, my. That'll do it as well. Catch these hands, says DisqoBunny.
Oh, my goodness gracious. Give him some sweet knuckles, a nice knuckle sandwich, and my lady is at one stock left. She can, if Mr. Smooth not able to bring this back, we will be seeing a game 3, and we do not want to fight Disco in game 3, if I'm Mr. Smooth anyway.
Yeah, no, shout outs to Knuckles. Unlike Sonic, he don't chuckle. He'd rather flex his muscles. And now, trying to charge in, and Mr. Smooth having none of it. He says, you're going to have to pull out a different option. I'm just going to use that as a shield. And right out of it goes with the up air. And he's not afraid to challenge Disco anymore.
Yeah, Disco,
although he is sticking and moving right now. He might have to respect it just a little bit more if he wants to take this game number 2.
So Disco is playing a completely different game than he was
previously.
He should be fine. But he's playing a completely different game than he was previously. Like, once he gets the lead, he's just running back and forth. He's letting my man, Mr. Smooth, kind of bury himself. All right, finally gets up tilt. Doesn't react to the air dodge, unfortunately, though.
And it's funny, just like that, as we see Mr. Smooth maybe just a little bit more shaken. That was the first time we saw him get caught by the spring. And I saw your eyebrows get raised just a little bit by that.
Getting scary out here. My man goes for the L smash. Not going to quite get it. Let's see if we can get anything off this edge guard, though. All right, down tilt. Runs up forward tilt. All right, gets hit with the spin dash. Puts him in a bad position. They're down here. Taking it and putting him even in a worse position. I don't know if Sonic can make that back. Kick in with the directional air dodge. Disco is big brain.
Disco, I mean, he was trying to finish that right then and there and could very well have had it not been for the shield. And shields not as strong in this game as prior. It's probably why Sonic can't camp quite as easily.
Yep.
However, just running through.
Ooh, okay, he has him off stage, and my man Disco replying with a good forward air. And another forward air to possibly end that game. Yes, great stuff from DisqoBunny.
Yeah, there's only so much you can DI at that percentage, and unfortunately just not there for Mr. Smooth. DisqoBunny is going to dance himself into a game 3. And now as we approach this game 3, obviously like night and day, we saw DisqoBunny play pretty much the same game, but eliminating the mistakes, definitely a little bit more calculated with his attacks. And as you saw, persistence and patience pays dividends for the 6th seed in this tournament, DisqoBunny.
Yeah, DisqoBunny, as I said before, I was the one that seeded it, and I actually had him seeded higher, and he was like, nah, put me under these 2 people. Very humble in that act anyway, or at least very aware anyway. But this man is a danger to the top players that we have out here tonight. I would say out of everybody here, Frost and him are probably the scariest people that you want to run into. Because he can beat a Dakpo, he can definitely beat a Karna. But as of right now, he still has to beat Mr. Smooth.
Yeah, I mean, you can't look too far ahead. You know, it's what they could call a trap game in the traditional sports world. And DisqoBunny, perhaps after getting caught in that trap once, never again, says DisqoBunny as we go to Battlefield for game number 3. And he is...
oh, he might... I think he lost the jump. Oh, no. That makes it back anyway. Doesn't even matter. But right now, this is a very good stage pick for Lucina, because I think Sonic actually kind of low-key kind of struggles a little bit on triplats, where Lucina is going to do amazing on it, because swords on triplats are just absolutely terrifying. It's not great. It's not fun.
Swat him out of the air.
Swat him out of the air. I mean, like, I can always poke you through the platforms, and some of them get combo extensions, where they normally don't get.
Yeah, and all of a sudden, up smash, very much an option for Mr. Smooth on that platform. DisqoBunny finds himself caught there. Oh, man. Call that GameStop, because that's a bad trade for Disco.
Oh, that's a hell of a bad trade, man. Man came in with the Xbox One and found out it was $4. Oh, my God!
Oh, my!
Speaking of $4, man, I got 4 knuckles for you right here. Just, right to the chest.
Yeah, and then the taunt right afterwards, Disco's saying, hold up, wait a minute, y'all thought I was finished? You know I had to get the Meek Mill reference in there.
Yeah.
And now we are at 2 stocks apiece. This is an even game.
Oh, my goodness, great. Disco having such a hard time landing and getting down. That's one of Sonic's famous things that he has a problem with. Directional air dodge to make it back on. Surprisingly, not covering that for Mr. Smooth. All right, tries to roll behind.
Yeah, no, that was a down tilt waiting to happen. Mr. Smooth, perhaps thinking discretion is the better part of Valor. There are no medals for Valor in Smash. Could that be what the difference in this set? Well, we can only wait and see.
All right, he's doing a good job of just kind of like being away from him and punishing every time Disco wants to get in. This is the game you want to play against Sonic. You want to kind of punish him for trying to get in. His approach game was kind of really actually not that good in Smash 4, surprisingly. So a lot of people end up camping him if they didn't get the camp themselves, or didn't get camped themselves. All right, let's see what happens here.
Disco's just begging Mr. Smooth to approach, and he will not oblige. Mr. Smooth playing a relatively passive game here in this third game of the best of 3.
Yeah, the thing is though, is like if you play a passive game against Sonic, that's good and all, but you still have to end up winning, because Sonic, once he gets in, he does have a fair amount of mix-ups.
And he's been punishing relatively well, all things considered. Oh, gets caught with the down air, however.
Oh, okay. No up air there.
Yeah, no, he was begging for it, and DisqoBunny perhaps realizing Mr. Smooth DIing up, not quite in the range that he needed.
Mr. Smooth is waiting for him to roll a whole bunch, and Disco's not giving to him. And thus far, Disco is getting away with unsafe stuff on shield and walking away scot-free because of it. Not going to be walking away from that back throw, not going to be taking it, but he's got to look out for that.
Oh,
yeah, that's going to be it. That's hella going to be it. Taking that stock, and Mr. Smooth, the underdog here, is now down versus Disco, but he's not out yet.
Will that be the difference in how DisqoBunny springs himself into the next round in this winner's side? Mr. Smooth did very well to get here. Oh, no, directional air dodge, a crucial mistake for DisqoBunny. That is not the way to even up a set, McBenedict.
No, it is not. He got too scared of what Mr. Smooth could put on the table, and Mr. Smooth has another chance at life here. He needs to bring this back. I mean, this is your winner's life, and this would be a good upset for you. All right, gets the up air, not falling up afterward because my man air dodging out of there.
Nice little gold star on your PR resume.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought he had it right there. I felt death in immediate action right there.
Yeah, no, I saw you tense up. I felt that. Now DisqoBunny.
All right, another forward air to get him off stage. He's going to be getting hit with that, but not putting in a tech situation. All right, pressing a lot of buttons. Oh, catches him off stage. I think he might have used his jump too. All right, gets back on stage with directional air dodge. Very smart from Disco, but it's still looking like any man's game right now. Misses the dash attack.
He's trying to get Mr. Smooth to make a mistake on the edge, and he puts him in a...
Oh my God, Mr. Smooth, why don't you just air dodge to the ground? Okay, makes it back, and the forward smash will be taken out. Lucina upset with Sweet War. Mr. Smooth over DisqoBunny. 2-1.
The look on his face says it all. DisqoBunny, none too happy about it, but you know what? Mr. Smooth definitely earned it, and that was like a Mega Powers handshake. What in the world? Okay.
That was a tough